Yeah, we have freedom and all, but it's like a controlled freedom, like know your limit. So, and everybody does a good job of that. Nobody's out, running wild and, doing stuff they shouldn't be doing. So we're all held pretty accountable so far.
But you can play like video games at midnight without your mom.
Oh yeah, Chris Wester can't handle me. He can't handle me in Madden or 2K. I hope he watches this. He's gonna get so mad.
Was there when you were down in San Antonio? Was there like one moment that you're really gonna remember hanging on to from that experience?
Just come out of that tunnel the first time with it being, 40,000 people in the stands. And you're in a big dome and you're looking up and you're like, well, I'm a kid from a small school that averaged maybe, my biggest crowd was maybe 7,000 people. And, and it was all in a confined, tight area. And when you walk out of that tunnel and it opens up and there's 40,000 people there, NBC's got you live on TV, it is pretty special. Just meeting those guys all across the country. I mean, all my linebackers, they're from California. So they never heard a guy like me before. So they're asking, man, what's it like being in Kentucky? And I'm like, well, we hunt, we fish, we do a lot of things outdoors. And they go, well, we've never done any of that. So, and just to tell them my story and hear their story and, how much different my story was from there, because those guys were getting recruited since they were in 8th grade, freshmen, and I just started getting recruited at the end of my junior year. So just to share stories and to get to know each other and, and hold that bond we had, was really special to me.
Did it give you, confidence knowing that you're competing with those guys at the same level and with the best in the country?
Yeah, I knew going down there that, I didn't play the best competition in high school, but I said, okay, these guys are the best high school players in the nation, but there's a reason why I'm here too. And so when I went down there and I competed the first day, it was pretty tough transitioning from a 5'11", 200-pound guard coming at you rather than a 6'7", 310-pound guards like tackle like Landon Young. I mean, Landon got me good one time. He was pulling. It was first day of practice, and that's when it woke me up saying that I'm in the big leagues now. There was a design run play, and a hole opened up. So as a linebacker, my job is to shoot that hole. And right when I shot that hole, here comes Landon's big bear claws. Went bam! Just grabbed on me, drove me back 5 yards back. I'm like, well, it's for real now. But just to know that I can compete with those guys, really gives me confidence coming into the SEC, the best conference in college football, hands down, and playing against the SEC's best every day in practice. We'll just only transition from to the practice field, from the weight room, and onto the game field on Saturdays, hopefully.
You're voted captain, right?
Yes, sir.
What did that mean to you getting that game?
It meant a lot. I mean, I've always been a guy, to make sure that, people are held accountable and, people are ready to go to work every day. And I guess that's what the coaches saw in me throughout practice because, I come out, focused, ready to go and let people know that, hey, it's time to go to work. We're an all-star game. We're here to have fun and all, but we're also here to win. And, winning's the only thing. Whoever said winning isn't everything, I like to punch that guy in the face because that's the only thing it is. If you don't win, then you lose, and nobody wants to be a loser. So my job every day is to get out and make sure everybody's ready for practice, make sure everybody's going 100 miles an hour in every drill, to get better every day, even at an all-star game. So I guess that's why they voted me captain.
Was the injury to Parrish your first big injury?
No. My sophomore year, I broke my ankle in half. Had surgery, had a plate and 7 screws in it, and then the knee happened.
Thing at Parrish, huh?
Yep.
That had to be somewhat of a scary in a way when that happened, knowing that perhaps you may have some serious damage in your knee.
Oh yeah, it was very scary for me, and thank God the MRI came back and said I just had a grade 2 MCL sprain, which is almost like a slight tear. What Dr. Johnson told me, he said when grade 2 is when you stretch the MCL so far, it's almost like a rubber band. When you stretch a rubber band, it starts getting little holes in it, micro tears. He said that's what my knee was like, and it broke my heart. When I couldn't go out and play against Pikeville, and I got people back in the hills saying he sat out because Stoops told him, or Stoops told him to sit out, or he wants to wait for the All-American game. That's not the case at all. I went out there and I had a well-known sports surgeon test me out on the field, and I tried to I could jog in a straight line. I could not cut, and I did not have stability in that right knee. And he told me, he said, if I allow you to go out there and play in this game and you make a wrong cut or somebody takes a knee to that helmet, not only your MCL, but your whole ACL, every ligament in your knee is in danger. And he said, and you're putting everything at risk you worked your whole life for. And yeah, it broke my heart because, those are the guys that I played with. Those are guys I grew up with. We did everything together. We played baseball, football, and basketball together. And so we had that really top bond, and, just to see the look on their faces and the look on mine, when he told me I couldn't play. And then knowing what we built that year was so special. The first time we went undefeated since '78, and playing the state finals, playing the state semifinals since 2001. And I firmly, honestly believe if I was healthy and playing that game, I'd have a state championship ring on my finger.
Right. What does it say about you that you were able to get strapped up at halftime and come out and play again, all out both sides of the football in the second half of the Paris game?
The thing about it wasn't the Paris game. I had so much adrenaline going in me, and the only thing I felt in that game after my knee was hurting was just numbness. It was just numb. I couldn't really feel it, and I didn't feel the pain until the next morning. But I had a trainer go in and he tried to tape it. I mean, you can't tape a knee, but we had thank God one of my buddies had a knee brace with him, so I put it on and just grinded it out because I knew that I had to be out there for my boys.
Cash, how important is the kind of local core to this class year, Drake and Landon and all those guys?
It means a lot to us because it's our home state. We grew up watching Kentucky football. Watching all the great Stevie Johnson, Andre Woodson, Tim Couch, the list goes on. So we want to step in, and hopefully be on the wall out there in the hallway someday, to help put Kentucky football back where it should be.
Being a guy from the mountains too, I mean everybody loves their mountain players and
Oh, yeah.
program. How much extra pressure maybe is that for guys?
I mean, where I'm from, I got people back home that are. I mean, you can ask Freddie. Back home, everybody's a big Bleed Blue fan. So I got a lot of eyes watching me, and I guarantee you on Saturdays if I get a chance to start, half of Eastern Kentucky is going to be coming up the Mountain Parkway to Pack Commonwealth. So that's a really special feeling to me because that's not only Paintsville but Eastern Kentucky. It is my home. I'm proud of where I come from, and just to put them on the map and show. On NBC when I was on the Army game, when I made that tackle, that's Kash Daniel from Paintsville, Kentucky. I bet everybody's like, where in the world is Paintsville, Kentucky? So, just to put Paintsville on the map and then show them what I could do on the field on Saturdays, this really means a lot to me. It's really a blessing.
Aside from that All-Star game, I mean,